Hello, Pepe, Cavaleri and Steve Thom with our preview of round 14 in the Western Region Football League. It's white ribbon round this weekend, Tomsy, so all the details obviously are on the website, WRFL website, and will be in the footy record in the lead up to this week, so make sure everyone get along to the game to support that good cause. We'll kick off with Division 3. Parkside has the bye, but North Sunshine taking on Braybrook.
Big game, two of the sides down the bottom part of the ladder, and both will be desperate for a win. I might go with North Sunshine to get home. I think they've only won, they've won two. And I think they might have been the first two rounds of the season. So I reckon they might get the 4 points, especially at home.
Well, Sunshine Heights kicked themselves in the foot a little bit last week with that loss away from home, but against Wyndham Suns. But they've got Tarneet this week, Tomsy. It's a big battle for them.
Yeah, it's a huge battle. I mean, you can nearly put a line through Sunny Heights finals chances now, but they could still upset some sides. And Tarneet just a big win last week, back on the back in a good form. They'd be keen to continue on that one. So, but Sunny Heights will make it as hard as possible down there. But Tarneet really should get over the line to get the 4 points.
And Laverton, despite losing last week, have their tails up, and they take on Wyndham Suns this week.
Yeah, they've been good the last month, Laverton. Only the one win out of it, but some really good, positive, competitive games. And, they're probably another one they could win. They might grab another one or two before the season's out, but I don't think they're going to be any match for Wyndham Suns, who were impressive throughout different parts of the game last week. Just weren't able to capitalise at the right time. The Robbie Gretto, the legend, just giving us a wave. 400 games last week. Well done, Robbie. Good work.
And he certainly was superb last week in a losing side. But Sanctuary Lakes really, who wrapped up their spot in the top 4 in Division 3 last week with a good win, will really test themselves to see how far they've come and whether they can match it with really the good sides in Division 3. They play Newport Power.
Yeah, it's a big good game, football. This Sanctuary Lakes picking up Jamie Zarafa the other week too makes a big difference. I mean, he's a quality player. Newport, we know, don't travel all that way well away from home. Hopefully they've regenerated a little bit with that bye last week. They're pretty flat against Parkside a few weeks ago. But I reckon Sanctuary Lakes, they know they're going to be playing finals at the moment. I reckon they'll get the 4 points at home.
In Division 2, Glen Auden has the bye in round 14, but Orbanvale are playing West Footscray.
Yeah, it could be a close game in the end. Orbanvale have probably conceded that they definitely won't be playing finals football, so hopefully they don't take their foot off the pedal. They've had a really good year up in Division 2. West Footscray, had it been at West Footscray, I would have given them a glimmer of hope, but Orbanvale will get the 4 points in the end in possibly a big way.
And we saw this right at the beginning of the season in Division 2, Caroline Springs and Manor Lakes. It was a big win for Caroline Springs. Do you expect the same this week?
Yes. Yep. One-sided game, Caroline Springs.
We'll move on quickly from that one. Our match of the day for broadcast on 88.9 Win FM, North Footscray and Yarraville Seddon Eagles. There's a spot in the top two up for grabs, especially for the Eagles. It's really a must-win for them.
Yeah, I won't say this one's going to be one side. This will be an absolute ripper of a game of football. Two of the heavyweights down in Division 2, North Footscray. I think it says at one apiece at the moment. We'll try to work that out earlier on. But, these are two sides with great structures all the way, great body strength all over the ground. The North Footscray, the goal kickers, the multiple goal kickers they can produce. That's going to be hard for Yarraville Seddon Eagles to stop. And also for North Footscray, Goring, Longmire, got blokes that have good, strong bodies that can run through that midfield and can kick goals as well. That's going to be something North Footscray have to keep an eye on. So go with North Footscray to get home. Be interesting. We haven't seen either of these two sides this year, but North Footscray to get home by a very, very small margin.
Well, that'll be interesting to see where Yarraville Seddon will sit after that, because they've got Caroline Springs obviously bearing right down their neck. In Division 1 this week, Albion has the bye, but St Albans, who made you look a little bit silly last week, mate, they're playing Sunshine.
Yes, they did. I tipped against them last week, and I don't know what. I was wrapping them up 7 days prior to that, and I'll wrap them up again. I still think they're very capable of playing finals football. St Albans, if they're hot, they're very, very hot. They just need to get that consistency. Sunshine Kangaroos off the break. They needed that break. We spoke time and time again about just a dismal seven or 8 weeks for the Sunshine Kangaroos. They have to tough out the rest of the season. Sunshine Kangaroos get as many wins as they can to be able to recruit, to be able to retain players for next year and get a bit of momentum going their way. But St Albans, for me, I'm back on the little Saints bandwagon.
Hoppers Crossing takes on Wyndham this week. Tomsy, what are your thoughts on that one?
I think Hoppers Crossing will beat them very comfortably in the end. They're up and about at the moment, the Warriors.
And plenty on the line for these two sides, especially in terms of whether they A, make finals, and B, where in the top 5 they finish in Division 1, Spotswood and Altona.
Yeah, what a crunch game of football. It is two sides, as you just touched on, that to see where they're at. Altona's sitting in there just at the moment. Spotswood, pretty average last couple of weeks, but, we know Spotswood are one of the premier sides of this competition, will fight back. Look, I'm going to go with Altona. Altona to get over the line. They need to kick a winning score, though, not just 9 goals, 11 goals, 10 goals. They need, if they can get up to 13, 14 goals to get a couple more players in that mix of kicking goals. They've got a good spread of goal kickers, but they need to continue working on that. So Altona to get over the line in a very tough game of football.
And probably what is the game of Division 1 this week coming up. So Werribee Districts, who play some good footy on their home deck, they're hosting Deer Park.
Look, I spoke a few weeks ago. Deer Park were absolutely awesome against Hoppers Crossing. They said, okay, we'll get these kids off the block, and this is our spot up the top here. Werribee Districts are in the same boat as Hoppers were for Deer Park in Deer Park's eyes. Werribee Districts, this is a chance for them to see where they're honestly really at in 2016. Halloran in the best from again last week. We know Nathan Black's, in pretty good form. Prismal, Panay, they got some match winners there, as Deer Park have, McCarg, and we talk about their strength of their back line with Barley in their best last week. Quick back into that side. Kennedy down there. The Purton Smith through that midfield. They've got to be stopped. Werribee Districts have to keep an eye on that. I'm just going to go, and it won't be an upset, I'm going to go Werribee Districts. I still believe Deer Park will drop one, I won't say 2, but another 1 throughout before the end of the season, and that's not going to hurt them one bit, because they lift another 2 or 3 gears when the big games, crunch games are on. But I think Werribee Districts are going to have to be as desperate as they can possibly be this Saturday, and I think they will be, and they'll just get home.
Well, it should be a cracking game, and that wraps up our preview of the White Ribbon round 14 of the WRFL. From myself, Pepe Cavaleri, Steve Thoms, and my special gloves. We'll see you next week.